Hey guys, before we get this video started, I just wanted to take a quick second to ask y'all to please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're a very small channel, still trying to grow, growing very slowly, but we're getting the content out there. YouTube scores an algorithm by how many people that likes the video and subscribes, so it really would help. We appreciate all the support, guys, and hope y'all enjoy the video. Alright, we're back here today on this 2009 Pontiac G5. Same thing as the Chevrolet Cobalt. And we got one of the things that really, you know, makes a car look bad. And you wouldn't think so. Like, this car don't look bad just because of that. But wait till I put that brand new headlight on there. See how much more clear that is? It just makes the car a whole different car. Makes it look so much better. But the main reason why I'm doing it is y'all seen my cleaning video. These can't be cleaned. You see the water inside there? This headlight is compromised. The other one doesn't have any in there right this second, but it does get precipitation in there as well. So I'm going to replace these because these are compromised, and even if I could get them clean, which I probably can't because you have to clean the inside too, but even if I could get them clean, they'd just tarnish right back over anyway. And you know, it really cuts down on being able to see at night as well. So I want my customers to be able to see at night. I want them to buy a good looking car, good running car, good dependable car. So I don't want to put anybody's life in danger because I didn't want to spend 60 bucks on a set of headlights. So I'm going to show y'all how to put these in on this 2009 Pontiac G5. That should be a pretty quick and easy process. Now these come, this is the way they come here. So you just remove each one of those stickers. When you pull your pigtails out of your lights on these where the bulb socket connectors are, you just plug them right into that one. So let me show you how that works. All right, here's a view with the hood up. You've got one screw here to take off, one screw here to take off, and then I believe from there this thing will slide straight out. But I'm going to take those two off and we'll find out. Alright, that's all it was, just those two bolts, and then you slide pretty much straight out. You see these tabs stick in on this side, so you got to be careful with that. And then when you go to pull it out, the outer rim of the light, some of that might be behind your bumper. So just don't try and yank it straight out, just kind of easily finesse it out. Also, I wanted to point out that this bolt on the fender side is longer than the bolt closer to the center of the car. There's only those two bolts. They're both a 10mm head. Just one of them's longer than the other. So just keep that in mind. Now that you've got this slid forward, all you have to do is take these light sockets, twist them, pull them out. And this one's actually got a collar on it. So what we're going to do, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, take your light connector clip off, and then this is a collar. Spin the collar, pull the collar off, and then you can take your light bulb out. Okay, then you got this smaller one in the center here. You just twist it and pull it out. And that's it. You got your light out. Now let me get the other light and we'll put it in. Okay, I went ahead and removed all the stickers. And so now all we're going to do is put these lights in there. Same way we took them out. Okay, this one's real hard to get in there with one hand, but you know, when you're doing it, you can see it's just all you do is put it, twist it in there, or put it in there and twist. See, it's got those 2 little locking tabs. That one over there had 3, but this one I can't even hardly get my hand down in there. Hold on. All right, those were near impossible to do with one hand. Maybe I can do this one with one hand. That's a new collar. The old collar's right there. Of course, I'm going to use the new one. You put your light bulb in there first. And there's, see the tabs, the little grooves on the light, and the tabs sticking out there. So you got to line that up wherever that light wants to sit. Okay, that's just going to sit right like that, just like it did. I'm sorry, I got it upside down. Okay, that's just going to sit right like that, just like it did before we pulled it out. All right, make sure you have these tabs lined up because they correlate with the one that's inside that lines up this light. And it puts it just like we had it before we took it out. Okay, and then you take your collar, slide your collar down on there all the way, and then you got to push down and push over, and it'll get it up underneath those tabs that you see right there. See that tab? Alright, after a lot of fighting with it, I ended up putting the old collar on. And if you look real close to those tabs down there, you can see why. They were already rounded off a little bit on the ends. And so this one went on not even fairly easy. This one I can get on with 2 hands, much less just one. I could have ground the edges down like this old one is, but there's nothing wrong with this old collar, so there's no reason to not use it. So I got the bulb in there, then I put the collar on there, and then of course, as you can tell, my connector is broken, but just one side of the plug. It still snaps in tight. So anyway, that's how you put all your connectors in. And then for the light bulb, or for the entire light, I'm just going to flip this over the way it goes now. Make sure that all this wiring goes back sitting where it was before in that little cubby there. And then we're going to slowly slide this into place. Now I won't be able to do that with one hand, but I'm going to slowly slide that into place, and we're just going to put these 2 bolts back on. Alright, I just want to note, you see how this sticks out past right here on this angle. That angle is right here. So it sticks out past where this bumper is. So when you put this light in, slide it in from this angle, slide it back behind the bumper right here, and then slide it straight back. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting with it. That's the way I was telling you to pull it out earlier, you know, to pull it out like this. And then you can pull it straight out. But you got to go to the side first to get it out from underneath the bumper, from behind the bumper. But I just wanted to point that out. That way you won't be sitting there fighting with it. That's what's going on. That's where you're hitting, is behind the bumper there. But we got it all tied back in. Now, this is the alignment. The best thing to do is wait till nighttime. Pull up to a house or a car, something of the sort, and see where your lights are aimed at. And if you need to aim them up or down, you can screw this in order to aim your lights up or down. Now, I'm going to do this other side. I'm not going to take y'all with me on that process. I will show you what it looks like when it's done. But I'm going to hurry up and do that, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, a couple things I want to point out. One is, if you plan on reusing the old collar, like I'm going to because of what happened on the other side, then when you go to take this out, all you have to do is spin the collar and take it out, and you take the whole thing out all together. Another thing is, on this bulb in particular, especially, I try not to touch any of them, but especially on this bulb, if you touch it with your fingers, the oils on your fingers is likely to blow that bulb. So don't touch that bulb. Like I say, I try not to touch any of them, but definitely don't touch that one. The other thing is, I wanted to point out these little tracks right here. You see that hole and that hole right there? Let me show you on the light. See, underneath the light, you have these little tracks. Now, I didn't show you in the other side because to me, it just slides right in there anyway. But if you're having a hard time getting it in, you want to make sure you pay particular attention to those tracks and make sure you set it down in there in the hole, you know, closer towards the front, and then slide it straight back. So that way you make sure you're inside the track. I'll bring you back when I have this light on. Another thing too, if your panels aren't aligned the way they're supposed to be, this car has not been in any wrecks that I'm aware of anyway, and I can't tell. I mean, everything looks straight as a whistle, but I was having a particularly hard time on this side getting the light out. So one thing you can do if you need a little extra room is there's a little pin that goes in that hole right there, and this is what it looks like. Now this will be pushed all the way down, so all you got to do is you pry the little part up with a tip of a screwdriver. Pry that up until it pops up like this, and then you pry the bottom out. And then when you go to put it back in, it's just the reverse. You just push the big part down in there and then push the little part down in there. It's real simple. And what that does is it gives you a little more wiggle room to work with if you need it. Alright guys, here she is done. Now, maybe it's just me, but to me, she just gained $500 in value easy. And what I mean by that is, it ain't worth $500 more, but it's going to sell this car so much quicker. And, you know, the longer you have something, time is money. Now, did it add value to the car? Absolutely. Not $500 worth, but it added a lot of sell value, and it's going to sell a lot quicker. Now, y'all know me, if you've been watching my channel, I'm not one of those to do any kind of tricks to hide anything or make this look better so somebody else don't see this or something like that. That ain't me. This is a good car. It's a good, dependable car. I've driven it myself quite a bit. I'm not doing this to hide something else. I'm doing this to make the car look good on top of being a dependable car. But anyway, guys, there you go. That's how to do your headlights on a Chevrolet Cobalt or a Pontiac G5.